The seal holding the nine tails hummed strangely, a resonance with a power beyond chakra. During a training mishap, Naruto Uzumaki, the ostracized jinchuriki, didn't just access the fox's power. He awakened an ability to regenerate from seemingly fatal wounds, a thirst for blood rising within him. Was this a new mutation of the fox, or something far more ancient? The awakening of the legendary vampire Alucard within the ostracized boy.
The monster's awakening. Team 7 enter the Chunin exams. When they enter the exam hall, the team is met by Rock Lee, who challenges Sasuke to a fight. Naruto tries to attack Lee in jealousy, but is easily swept aside. The fight is interrupted by Might Guy, after which Naruto notes that the bandages around Lee's arms signify his arduous taijutsu training. During the exam's first stage, the participating genin are given a written test, the goal of which is to cheat without getting caught. Unaware of this, Naruto struggles to answer the questions, so Hinata, who is seated next to him, offers to let him copy off her paper. Despite the temptation, Naruto declined Hinata's offer, claiming that he isn't the type to cheat and that they might be disqualified if they are caught. Before the 10th question can be given, the genin are presented with the opportunity to forfeit. Naruto refuses to do so, declaring his refusal to give up and his goal to still become Hokage. His determination to face the 10th question despite the potential consequences inspires the rest of the genin to do the same, and so they pass the first stage. It is later noted that he was the only one to hand in a blank sheet, though this did not prevent him from passing. For the second phase, teams enter the Forest of Death with the objective of obtaining a set of 2 scrolls, one of which they are given at the start. Naruto becomes separated from his team and is attacked by a giant snake. The snake fatally wounds Naruto. The snake sank its poisonous fangs into Naruto. After the snake finished its attack, it disappeared in poof of smoke. Now Naruto laid on the ground dying. As Naruto was dying, he thought about all the things he would miss and all the things he wanted to achieve. After closing his eyes, he wakes up in a blood-red room. In the room were 2 figures. One was the 9-tailed fox standing behind the seal. And the other was a man. He sat on a throne. He appears as a tall, long-limbed, broad-shouldered man with his short black hair and his bangs fall slightly in his eyes, with strands on the sides of his bangs framing. His clothing consists of a red coat, black pants, leather riding boots, and a flamboyant, intricately knotted red cravat covered by a long, red duster. He also wears a red fedora hat with a wide, floppy brim and a pair of circular, heavily tinted, wire-framed red sunglasses with goggle sidings, and his gloves, which are engraved with a pentagon seal. "So this is how you die, pathetic," the man said to Naruto. "Hey, who are you calling pathetic? Just who are you?" Naruto said. "My name is Alucard. And you are my reincarnation. A very pathetic reincarnation at that. Alucard. Your reincarnation, so you are my past life. And wait, what? Stop calling me pathetic, Naruto. I am just stating the obvious. You got killed by a mere snake. That is just pathetic. But enough about that. Naruto, do you want power? Alucard. You can give me power, Naruto. Yes, but no, this will come at a cost. Alucard. What cost? Naruto. Your humanity. By taking my power you will become a vampire. Alucard. What is a vampire? Naruto. Vampires are undead beings who subsist by feeding on the life essence, usually blood, of living creatures. Alucard. No, becoming a vampire would make me a monster. That would prove the villagers were right about me. Naruto. Naruto, don't concern yourself with the thoughts of pathetic humans. Don't let other people dictate how you live. Be confident in yourself and walk with your head high. And if this village wants a monster, then become a monster, Alucard. Thank you, Alucard. You are right, I shouldn't consider the thoughts of the villagers. So what will happen now? Naruto. We will merge our souls, becoming one. You will gain all my memories and abilities. So do you want my power? Alucard. Yes, let's do this, Naruto. The two started to merge. After the merge, Naruto now looked like Alucard. So boy, what are you going to do now? 9 tails. Oh well, Kurama. I will kill some people, drink blood, or maybe create some vampires. Naruto. The 9 tails was surprised to hear Naruto say its name. Why do you know my name? Kurama. I have gained the ability to read minds. I know everything about you, Kurama. How you and your fellow tailed beast were created, how you were sealed 2 times before being sealed in me, how you were always interfering with my chakra control, how you were suppressing my Uzumaki genes, and how you killed my parents. Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto. So do you want to avenge your parents? Kurama. I have no desire to kill you, Kurama. I can't avenge someone I never knew. Just because I am not gonna kill you does not mean you off the hook. You will become my familiar, in other words my servant. Naruto. Why would I serve you, Kurama? If you have no desire to serve me, then I will destroy you. Releasing Control Art Restriction 3-1 Approval of Situation A recognized commencing the Cromwell invocation. Ability restriction is lifted for limited use until the enemy is rendered silent. Naruto said as he released his power. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=IMY885MRF-S. When Naruto released his power, his body was covered with eyeballs. The pentagon seal on his gloves glowed red. The left side of body took the shape of a huge dog with two heads. Naruto was also releasing a lot of killing intent. Kurama got scared and decided to become Naruto's servant. "Fine Naruto, I submit. I will become your servant Kurama." After Kurama's submission, Naruto resealed his power. After sealing his power, Naruto started the process to make Kurama his familiar. Naruto absorbed Kurama's soul, thus making Kurama his familiar. "Are just gonna watch or are gonna come out?" Naruto. After said two people came out. The two were none other than Minato and Kushina, his parents. "Naruto, I see you have tamed the 9 tails." Minato. "Yes, I have, father." Naruto. "Look at my son taking down a tailed beast by himself." Kushina said as she hugged Naruto. "Well, I would love to chat with you guys, but I have to get back to the Chunin exams. What do you say would like be my familiars?" Naruto. "Yes, I would if it means I can spend time with you, son." Kushina. "And you, father?" Naruto. "I will pass on that, Naruto." Minato. "So I guess this is goodbye." Naruto. "Yes, it is. Naruto, I am sorry for sealing the 9 tails in you. Because of me you suffered." Minato. "It's alright, I understand, father. You don't have to worry, I will defeat that man." Naruto. "Naruto, know this, I will always love." Minato said as he disappeared. After Minato disappeared, Naruto made Kushina his familiar. After that he left his mindscape. Naruto opened his eyes to the sunlight filtering through the canopy of the trees. After a while considered what form he should use, Alucard form or use his previous form Naruto form. He decided use his previous form. "I guess I have to look for my teammates," Naruto said as he disappeared. Naruto's abilities. Superhuman strength, speed and durability. Master marksman and fighter. Highly advanced regeneration factor. His regenerative capabilities allows him to regenerate from being blown to shreds, turned into a bloody puddle, bisected, decapitation, etc. Intangibility. Naruto possessed the ability to go through solid objects such as walls. Shadow manipulation. Naruto can manipulate shadows into physical forms, weapons for however he wishes. He could also travel through these as well. Blood manipulation. Gains the ability to control and absorb spilled blood with just his mind. Mind reading. He can hear the thoughts of other people when he chooses. He can also look through their memories. Telekinesis. He is able to manipulate objects with his mind and it has a city-size range. Flight. He is able to fly. Telepathy. Can speak telepathically with others. Hypnosis. Naruto can hypnotize people and gain control weak-willed people to his own will. Third eye. Naruto's 6th sense. He can see through illusions and improves his vision and accuracy. Blood drinking. Naruto can drink his victim's blood to absorb their soul and even their knowledge and memory. His blood drinking skills are hugely unique, able to drink blood through his clothes and skin. He can draw in blood from thousands of people over vast distances. Shape-shifting. Naruto can turn into bats and different human shapes. He can also turn into just an amorphous mass of darkness. Illusion manipulation, the ability to cast illusions. Summoning. The ability to summon familiars, the souls of those whose bloody drank or essence he has absorbed in a variety of forms that either sprout from his body or swarm around him as an army numbering in the millions. These familiars can also include animals such as horses and the weapons and abilities that the familiars possessed in life. He also gains the abilities and memories of his familiars. Release states. There are shown to be 6 levels of restriction and 6 corresponding states, with lower numbers meaning greater levels of power. He use his restriction system called the Cromwell approval, seems to influence this. It is noticeable that Naruto's attire changes according to how much power he is using. Shadow clone jutsu. This jutsu allows the user to create 1 or more copies of themselves. The user's chakra is evenly divided between themselves and their clones. Substitution jutsu. With this jutsu, one replaces their own body with a block of wood or some other object the moment an attack lands. This creates an optical illusion, making the enemy think the attack was successful. Adamantine sealing chains, a sealing technique that is characteristic of the Uzumaki clan. Users produce chains made out of their own chakra, which typically emerge from their torso. Users control the chains as they extend outwards from their body, most commonly to wrap around targets and restrain them. The restrained target chakra gets blocked. Fuinjutsu. a type of jutsu that seal objects, living beings, chakra, along with a wide variety of other things within another object. Kinjutsu can also be used to restrict movement or unseal objects, either from within something or someone. On Naruto's way to his teammates, he meets a team from the Hidden Rain village. "Look at what we have here, fellas. It's the loud Mao the brat from the Leaf. One of the Rain Ninja. Brat, be a good boy and hand over your scroll. Bayou of the Hidden Rain. I am sorry to say I don't have a scroll on me, and even if I did, I certainly would not give it to you, trash. Naruto. You're calling trash. Take this ninja art. Senbon Rainstorm. Shigeru of the Rain." Shigeru throwed 5 umbrellas in the air. The umbrellas spinned in the air. While spinning, the umbrellas released a ton of senbon. All the senbon hit Naruto dead on. Naruto fell to the ground with multiple organs pierced by the senbon. "So who is the trash now?" Midair laughed. His teammates joined him in his laughter. They all laughed together while looking at Naruto's corpse. After a while they stopped laughing and decided to leave. While walking, they heard a low chuckle. They looked at the corpse of Naruto, which was giggling and chuckling. They were shocked as Naruto stood up from the ground while the senbon were still embedded in his body. His chuckling transformed into insane laughter as the senbon were slowly pushed out of his body. Looking at them, he spoke in a manic voice. "Is that all you have got, trash? Such a weak and pathetic attack can never hope to kill me. Let me show you how to use a weapon," Naruto said as he summoned his gun castle. He then aimed it at them. He shot Midair and Bayou in the head. As Shigeru saw this, he got scared. He turned his back and started to run. Just as he was about to get away, Naruto shot him in both his legs. "We can't have you running away now," Naruto said with half of his body turned into a huge fox. "Kurama. You are a monster," Shigeru said with tears. "Yes, I am," Naruto laughed. Before Naruto killed him, he searched him for a scroll. After taking the heaven scroll from Shigeru, Naruto let Kurama devour him. After that, he transformed his body back to normal. Naruto thought about what he should do next. Should he get another scroll, or should he go find his teammates? He decided go to find another scroll. Meanwhile, with Sakura and Sasuke. Sasuke pins Orochimaru down and attacks him with the dragon fire technique. The attack hit Orochimaru square. Sasuke smiled at this. His joy short-lived when he saw that his attack hit a mere clone. Orochimaru is impressed by Sasuke and brands him with a cursed seal of heaven to reward him before leaving. The pain of the cursed seal overwhelms Sasuke and he passes out. After Orochimaru left, Sakura decides to take Sasuke someplace safe. Back with Naruto. Naruto just finished killing another team. After taking their scroll, he finally decides to go search his teammates. While jumping from tree to tree, he senses a powerful presence, Orochimaru. Naruto decides go to the location of said presence. When Naruto makes it to the location, he jumps in front of Orochimaru. When Orochimaru saw Naruto jump in front of him, he quickly jumped backwards. "So if it isn't Orochimaru of the legendary Sannin, Naruto." Orochimaru gained a shock expression when Naruto said his name. "I guess my reputation precedes me. Orochimaru. So you came for Sasuke?" Naruto. "My Naruto-kun, you are very perceptive, Orochimaru." They talk for a bit. While talking with Orochimaru, Naruto read his mind. He learned that Orochimaru sent his goons to attack his teammates and of his plans to invade the Hidden Leaf. After a while, the two stopped talking and decided their separate ways. "Naruto-kun, it was nice chatting. Let's chat some other time," Orochimaru said as he disappeared. After watching Orochimaru leave, he decides to go find Sasuke and Sakura. After a while traveling, he comes across the side of Sakura getting beat up by the Sound Genin. In the nearby bushes, Team 9 and 10 watch Sakura being beaten up by the Odonin. Naruto also decides to watch this. Lee wanted to save her, but Neji told him to bide his time. Neji wanted to see what she learned under Hatake Kakashi and were sorely disappointed. The girl was at the level of an academy student, and the only thing she showed other than academy skills was tree climbing. Lee decided that this was the time to help their comrade, and Ino decided to help her childhood friend. But in the end they were unsuccessful when Zaku sent one of his decapitating airwaves attack at his teammate Kin, who was being possessed by Ino at the time. Shikamaru and Choji save Kin from Zaku's attack. They are both defeated by Zaku. Lee was defeated by the vibrations from Dosu's gauntlet. Suddenly, a dark aura was felt as Uchiha Sasuke woke up, with dark purple chakra oozing from his body, which was covered in black flame-like marks on his left side. Sakura was very excited that her Sasuke-kun was awake, but the state he was in really worried her. He had a manic smile on his face, which really creeped her out, since it was quite similar to the snake Sannin they fought yesterday. Sasuke looked at Sakura and saw her state. "Which one of them did this to you, Sakura?" Zaku spoke out in an arrogant voice, "I did, and soon, you will be in the same state, decapitating airwaves." With that, Zaku attacked from the tubes in his arm and launched a blast of compressed air at Sasuke, who made no motion to dodge. Zaku grinned arrogantly and said, "Humph, why do people even call him strong? I took him out in one attack." "Took him out?" whispered a voice behind him. Zaku abruptly turned to face his adversary. Sasuke grabbed his arms with his foot on his back. "You seem very proud of these arms, very attached to them," said Sasuke while pulling his arms. What are you doing?" asked Zaku before crying out in pain due to having his arms dislocated. "Looks like you're the only one left," stated Sasuke before walking to Dosu. "No, stop," yelled Sakura before clamping onto Sasuke from behind. "Please stop," she whimpered. Sasuke turned, looked at her, and the marks begun to recede until they were gone. After seeing Sasuke's marking recede, Dosu took Zaku and kin and body flickered away. Neji and Tenten jumped out of the bushes. They took the injured Lee and left. Team 10 also left. When the two teams left, Naruto decided, "Come out." "Well, look at you two, you look well." Naruto chuckled at the injured Sakura and tired Sasuke. "Naruto, where the hell were you?" Sakura. "I was busy collecting scrolls," Naruto said, taking out the two scrolls. "Where did you get those scrolls, dope?" Sasuke. "Well, I killed the owners of these scrolls." Naruto. This answer surprised Sakura and Sasuke. "If you are done asking questions, let's finish this exam." Naruto. Naruto created a clone to carry Sasuke. He carried Sakura. Time skip. They arrived at the tower with no trouble and entered to find a scroll with writing on it hanging from the wall, which Sakura started reading. "If qualities of heaven are your desire, acquire wisdom to take your mind higher. If earthly qualities are what you lack, train your body and prepare to attack. When heaven and earth are open together, the perilous path will be righteous forever. This something is the secret way that guides us from this place today." She finished. "Something?" questioned Sasuke. "It looks like there is a word missing or something," replied Sakura. "I think it means we should open the scrolls now." Naruto and Sasuke opened one each. The scrolls exploded into smoke, and in the smoke there was a man. They waited for the smoke to clear until the person was visible. "It's you," said Sasuke. "Hey guys, long time no see," said Iruka, smiling. "Iruka-sensei, what are you doing here?" asked Sakura. "I'm here to welcome you back and congratulate you on passing the second phase of the Chunin exams," said Iruka, smiling. Iruka told them about the purpose of the second exam, which in addition to survival, was to test the integrity of the ninja, to not read classified documents, or in this case the scrolls. After that, he bid them farewell and they went into the tower's inner area. Naruto found out that Kiba's team had already arrived, as well as Gaara's team. Since there were still 2 days until the exams were over, Naruto decided to spar with his clones. After placing Sakura in the designated medical ward so they could look her over, he looked around for a place where he could be alone and found that the arena, which depicted a gigantic set of hands making a seal with a viewing platform, was completely empty. He then created clones and started to spar. Time skip. After 2 hours, Naruto had decided he had enough practice. He was about to leave the area when Gaara approached him. "Naruto Uzumaki," he said in that same monotonous tone he always used. "Gaara." Naruto. "I gonna fun killing you," Gaara said with a sadistic grin. "Oh, is that so? I can't wait to see." Naruto chuckled. "We will see," Gaara said before he disappeared with a body flicker. Of Team Kabuto. Kabuto and his team met with Orochimaru before the next stage of the exam start, and Orochimaru warns them about Naruto. 2 days later. The second phase of the exams was now over. The teams that made it were Team 7, 8 and 10, Guy's team, the Sound team, the Sand team and Kabuto's team. The teams assembled in the arena that Naruto had been practicing in before, with the Hokage standing in front of the Genin with their Jonin behind him. He told them that the Chunin exam served the purpose of not only testing ninja, but also of moderating the levels of the ninja in each nation, as well as developing friendship. "Just tell me the details of the exam, I can handle anything you can throw at me," said Gaara when the Hokage finished speaking and answering other questions. "Very well, I will now tell you exactly what the details of the third exam are," said the Hokage. Just then Hade appeared bowing in front of the Hokage and asked him if he could speak first, to which the Hokage obliged. Hade explained that they needed to hold a preliminary as there were too many people, which was met with cries of outrage, but he justified it by talking about the fact that many important nobles and feudal lords would be coming to see them and they didn't want to waste their time, and that they were only looking for the best of the best shinobi. "The preliminaries will begin immediately. If any of you cough aren't in top physical condition, cough now is the time to quit," said Hade. Kabuto gave up, but no one else did. Sakura wanted Sasuke to, but he told her that the only reason he fights is to test himself, and that all the best are here. "So what am I supposed to just watch you suffer? I can't bear to watch," cried Sakura. Then don't watch. But stay out of it has nothing to do with you. I am an avenger, whether I become a chunin or not means less than nothing to me. My goal is to test myself against the best, and the best of the best are all here," replied Sasuke. "Sasuke, she just cares about you, you don't have to be so mean," Naruto said playfully. "Naruto, you are one of the ones I want to fight the most," said Sasuke, grinning, which caused Naruto to grin sadistically at Sasuke. Now, the preliminaries will follow sudden death elimination of one-on-one matches, with only the winner moving on to the third exam. As for the rules, there are none. You will fight until one dies or concedes defeat or is rendered physically incapable of continuing. Naturally, those who are losing are encouraged to quit to avoid having a fatal outcome. Also, as Proctor, I will intervene if the situation seems hopeless to save as many lives as possible. Now we will see what fate is in store for you," said Hade. Anko spoke a command and a panel on the back wall diagonal from the hands opened, revealing a screen. The panel you see will give the names of the two competitors who are chosen completely at random. "I guess there is nothing more to say, so let's begin," concluded Hade. The screen begun going through names and landed on Sasuke Uchiha vs Yoroi Akato. "Could everyone whose name was not just shown please go to the upper level," said Hade. Kakashi walked by Sasuke and said, "Don't use your Sharingan. If you let that curse seal take over, I'll have to jump in and stop the match. Good luck." "Stop the match?" thought Sasuke in fear of not being able to fight. "But Sasuke Uchiha, Yoroi Akato, are you ready?" asked Hade. "Yeah," confirmed Sasuke. "Yes," agreed Yoroi. Yoroi's appearance was greatly concealed by the mask he wore around his mouth that hung to around his neck, sunglasses that obscured his eyes, and his forehead protector which he wore like a bandana. He also wore what appeared to be the standard attire of his team, consisting of a high-collared, sleeveless navy blue shirt with a short-sleeved white one underneath, a simple obi around his waist, pants, sandals and fingerless gloves. "In that case, let the first match of the preliminaries begin," announced Hade. Sasuke jumped back and pulled out a kunai, while Yoroi put his hand in front of his body and surrounded it with chakra. Yoroi flung 3 shuriken at Sasuke, and who sent them back with his kunai. "Aw," cringed Sasuke. "Damn it, this thing is responding to my chakra," thought Sasuke as he raised his hand to his curse seal. "You're mine," shouted Yoroi as he charged at Sasuke. Sasuke swept his leg and locked Yoroi's arm between his legs. "Got him?" Sasuke smirked, thinking he had him captured, but then Yoroi turned his hand around and grabbed Sasuke's collar. "I feel so weak," thought Sasuke. Yoroi then brought his arm down and intended to hit Sasuke's solar plexus, but Sasuke released his hold and slid away. "Got you," said Yoroi, who leapt up and grabbed Sasuke by his head and pushed him to the ground. "My chakra, what are you doing?" gasped Sasuke. "Aha, you're just noticing it now, are you?" laughed Yoroi. So weak, what am I going to do?" thought Sasuke. At that moment thought about how weak he was compared to others. Zabuza the Grass Ninja, Orochimaru, Haku and Itachi. "Why am I so weak?" Sasuke thought. "Sasuke, are you gonna get beaten by this weakling? If you can't even beat this weakling, then how are you gonna kill your brother, Naruto?" Hearing Naruto say this lit a fire inside Sasuke. "I won't lose here," said Sasuke. Sasuke coiled up his legs and extended them, quickly pushing Yoroi off him. When he was getting up, he saw Lee. "That's it," he thought before charging at Yoroi. Sasuke flipped onto his hand and gave Yoroi a powerful super kick which sent him into the air. Sasuke then used the dancing leaf shadow and appeared behind Yoroi in midair. "Okay, I'll admit I borrowed that move, but from here, it's all original," said Sasuke. Sasuke swung his leg to kick Yoroi in the ribs. Yoroi blocked it, but it was a distraction as Sasuke used the momentum to swing his arm up and nail Yoroi in his neck and send him flying down. "Come back, I'm not done yet," said Sasuke, who then kicked him down and finally gave him an axe kick, smashing him onto the floor while saying Lion's Barrage. Hade looked at Yoroi and Sasuke. Yoroi was unconscious and Sasuke was still conscious but tired. "Winner, Sasuke Uchiha," Hade announced. Kakashi appeared behind Sasuke and said, "Let's go, we need to get that mark sealed up." "And we go after the matches?" asked Sasuke. "No, sorry," said Kakashi, giving his eye smile and body flickered with Sasuke. After they left, The board spit out 2 more names. "Next match, Shino Aburam vs Sakura Bumi. Will the contestants please come down?" called Hade. Line break. Sasuke and Kakashi were in a dimly lit room with candles being the only light source. Sasuke was shirtless and sat in the middle of a large seal array. "Okay Sasuke, this seal I'm about to put on you will seal up the curse mark, however, it is only as strong as you will, so you have to make sure it doesn't break," said Kakashi. Kakashi made numerous hand signs before saying curse sealing. Sasuke cried out in pain for a while as all the kanji crawled across the floor and his body and went inside the curse mark, forming a ring around the mark, at which point he passed out. Line break. If you fight me you won't be able to recover. Forfeit, said Shino in his stoic monotone voice. Hey, what do you know, looks like I have a bit of movement in one, said Zaku as his left arm started twitching before he pulled it out of the sling and aimed it at Shino. One good arm is all I need to beat you, shouted Zaku as he charged at Shino. Zaku attempted a straight punch at Shino's face, but Shino raised his arm and blocked it. I told you, you can't beat me, spoke Shino. Oh yes, slicing sound wave, shouted Zaku as air came rushing out of the hole in his palm, which blasted Shino away. Line break. Why, you've grown, Kakashi, to think you can perform the curse sealing, said Orochimaru, who appeared from behind a pillar. You? What are you doing here? Demanded Kakashi, taking a defensive stance. Long time no see, Kakashi, but I didn't come here for you. I have some business with that boy behind you, replied Orochimaru. What do you want with Sasuke? Asked Kakashi, narrowing his single eye. It seems as though you have gained something since the last time we met, the Sharingan in your left eye. How I envy your good fortune, said Orochimaru, who then paused before continuing. It is only fair that I should want it too, don't you think? The power of the Uchiha, finished Orochimaru. Line break. Shino calmly stood up and stared down Zaku. I told you, you can't beat me, look behind you, said Shino. Zaku looked behind him and his eyes widened, seeing heaps of bugs when Shino spoke again. You are trapped now. You have one arm which you can use to attack me, but if you do, my bugs will be upon you. On the other hand, you could attack my bugs, but that would leave you open to me. It's always a good idea to have an ace in the hole, finished Shino, who began to gather up his chakra while forming the ram sign. Line break. You know the sound village that everyone is so curious about, it's mine, said Orochimaru. You see, in order to play the game you need pieces to put on the chessboard, willing pawns, elaborated Orochimaru. So, is Sasuke one of these pawns? Asked Kakashi. No, Sasuke is a much more valuable piece than a pawn, said Orochimaru. Line break. Zaku's other arm started to twitch and he pulled it out of his sling. Hey, what do you know, I got movement in my other arm as well. Always have an ace in the hole, isn't that what you said? Asked Zaku, who then fully extended his arm and pointed one at Shino and one at the bug slicing sound wave, shouted Zaku. Nothing came out of his wind holes, but his arms were blasted off at the elbow. Ugh, what is this? Cried Zaku in pain. Shino appeared behind Zaku and spoke. I plugged up both of you arms, just in case you were faking. It seems I was wise to do so. Well, I did say an ace in the hole is good, 2 aces in the hole is better, said Shino, who then punched Zaku in the back, sending him sprawling on the ground and almost unconscious. Hey, checked Zaku before announcing winner, Shino Aburam. Line break. Orochimaru stepped forward toward Sasuke and Kakashi charged up a lighting blade in response. Take one more step and one of us will die here. I don't care if you're one of the Sannin, the legendary 3 ninja, come any closer to Sasuke and I'll kill you, shouted Kakashi, his lone eye blazing in fury. Orochimaru started laughing and then looked Kakashi straight in the eye. Kakashi, you're very brave and very stupid. I leave for now, but Sasuke is an avenger. One day he will come looking for me in search of power, said Orochimaru as he walked away before he paused and said, unless you follow through with your threat to kill me, that is, stated Orochimaru while releasing a bit of bloodlust. Kakashi was terrified but kept his lighting blade going in an attempt to hide his fear. Orochimaru kept laughing and walked away until he disappeared from sight. One of us will die here. I must have been out of my mind, thought Kakashi in fear. Kakashi then used a body flicker and appeared behind Naruto and Sakura. Oh, Kakashi-sensei, you're back. How's Sasuke? Asked Sakura. Oh, he's fine, but I think you should be more worried about yourself now. Look, said Kakashi, pointing towards the board as it showed. Sakura Haruno vs no Yamanaka. Draw. Height decides that neither of them will pass to the next round. Hankuro vs Kiba. Hanker easily wins his battle against Kiba by using a paralyzing poison. Shikamaru vs Kin. Shikamaru tries the shadow imitation technique, but Kin easily evades and throws him senbon with bells attached to him. Shikamaru recognizes the trick and mocks her for using such basic techniques. Kin then rings the bells on the senbon, starting her genjutsu. Shikamaru gets caught in Kin's bell ring genjutsu, unable to move, while Kin proceeds to attack him with more senbon. However, when Kin tries to attack again, she suddenly realizes that she can't move. Shikamaru tells her that he extended his shadow imitation technique through the shadow of the wires she's holding. He then throws a shuriken at Kin, which she imitates. When Shikamaru ducks backwards to evade it, Kin is forced to imitate him, but she did not realize that she was too close to the wall, hitting her head and knocking herself out. Naruto vs Misumi. Next match, Misumi Tsurugi vs Naruto Uzumaki. Will the contestants please come down? Called Hade. Both them came down from the stands. Naruto, show us how much you have grown, thought Kakashi. If you are ready you can begin. Hade. Yes, both Naruto and Misumi said. Begin, said Hade. Misumi quickly used his abilities to coil himself around Naruto's body, trapping him in a stranglehold and threatening to break his neck and his bones if he didn't forfeit the match. Misumi made good on his threat when Naruto refused. The genin of the leaf were surprised to see that Naruto die. The villagers were mentally cheering for his demise. The Kakashi and the third Hokage were sad. I guess Orochimaru-sama was wrong about you. You were nothing but a weakling. Misumi thought. I failed you, Minato-sensei. Lady Kushina, Minato Kushina. Kakashi and the Hiruzen thought. Naruto-kun, I had such high hopes for you. Thought Orochimaru from the stands. As Hade started to announce the winner, the sound of bones popping stopped him. Misumi, Hade, the Jonin and Hokage along with every other person in the stadium looked at the corpse of Naruto. Everyone was shocked as Naruto stood up from the ground while all the broken bones in his body was healing. Is this all you have, trash? If that is all, then it is time for you to die. Naruto said while releasing killing intent. What are you? Said the scared Misumi. The worst nightmare. Naruto said as he disappeared and appeared in front of him. Naruto then shoved his hand through Misumi's chest, hitting his heart. Hade was surprised to see this, but he quickly shed his shock away. Winner of the match, Naruto. Hade. In the balcony. Everyone stared at Naruto, and most were thinking something along the lines of, when did Naruto become this good or cruel? While Gaara stared at him with sadistic grin. Meanwhile, the leaf villagers were glaring at Naruto. Naruto's kun, is he immortal? Orochimaru thought, excited. Medics came to pick up the corpse of Misumi. After they took the corpse, Hade announced that would have a small break. When Naruto got to the stands, he was bombarded with questions. He ignored all of them. Time skip. On with the next match, said Hade as the board started going through names before landing on Neji Hyuga vs Hinata Hyuga. Both walked down, Neji with a purposeful stride and Hinata with a timid stride. I never thought that we would have to fight each other, Hinata, said Neji. Nor I, brother, replied Hinata. Huh, brother? Are they brother and sister? Asked Naruto while slightly raising his left eyebrow. No, they're both members of the Hyuga clan. Technically they're cousins, answered Kakashi. Still, their family, it must be hard for them, said Sakura. It may not be as hard you think. I heard that there is some bad blood between the main and branch houses. The branch family, which Neji is a part of, is upset with something the main family, which Hinata is a part of, did. Additionally, Neji is considered a genius of the clan, while Hinata is seen as a disgrace. Furthermore, Neji, being a branch member, is forced into being under the control of the main branch. Finished Lee. Give up, Hinata. You can't deceive my eyes. When you looked up, you remembered your past, your bitter past. Then you glanced down and thought what would happen if you fought me and realized you would lose. Also, your habit of raising your arm up in front of yourself while touching your lip is your way of putting a wall between us. People can't change, once a failure always a failure. You never really wanted to be in the Chunin exams, but to apply you need a team of 3, and you didn't want to let Kiba or Shino down, didn't you? Said Neji with increasing intensity. No, you're wrong. I wanted to see if I could change, said Hinata. Like I said, once a failure always a failure. People can't change, said Neji. Don't listen to him, Hinata. Me and Shino believe in you. You can change, said Kiba. Some fire has returned to her eyes, thought Neji. Hinata made hand signs before shouting Byakugan. Hinata took a stance and said, defend yourself, brother. Neji mirrored the stance. Let the fourth match begin, said Hade. Neji charged and shot an open palm strike at Hinata, which she blocked with her own palm thrust to the inside of Neji's arm, which sent chakra flying out of their hands. This kept up until Hinata struck Neji in his stomach. Did she get him? Asked Sakura. Kakashi raised his headband and had a look amazing, was all he said. Neji pulled Hinata's sleeve back and there were a bunch of angry looking red marks on her arm. You mean, all this time you were, mumbled Hinata. Yes, I have sealed all the chakra points in your arms. You can no longer use the gentle fist as you can no longer eject chakra from your hands. Give up, commanded Neji. Hinata trembled, unsure of herself, when Neji spoke up again. Hinata, you are the pampered offspring of the main branch. Despite this, you are too gentle and caring. You should never have become a shinobi. As a shinobi you are meant to be cruel, uncaring and hold no sympathy for others in your way. You can't do this as it conflicts with your very nature and therefore you are suffering, spoke Neji condescendingly. Brother, while it is true I have been suffering, you have been suffering much more than I, Hinata said softly. Neji's eyes hardened in an instant and he sent 2 palm thrusts, one to her gut and one to her face. She then tried to rise but coughed up a fair bit of blood. After regaining herself she got up again, but Heiei could tell it was over and was about to say so, but Neji charged at Hinata with murder in his eyes. As Neji was about 2 meters away, all of the Leaf Jonin and Heiei jumped in to save Hinata. "Neji, you told me you wouldn't let this whole main branch thing affect you," said Guy. Hinata coughed up more blood and Kurenai called for medics. The recovered Kiba jumped down to attack Neji, but Shino created a wall with his bug stopping him. "You'll pay. You hear me, I'll get you," said Kiba. "HMPH, there is no way you can beat me," scoffed Neji before walking off. As Neji walked back up, Naruto confronted him. "I like your cruelty. You are quite interesting. To do that to someone who clearly loves. Neji, I hope to face you in the finals," said Naruto, who walked away before Neji could respond. Temari vs Tenten. Tenten makes the first move and Temari easily dodges it. Team Guy was surprised that no weapon could even scratch or hit Temari. Tenten tries another attack that Temari repels using wind from her giant folding fan, before warning Tenten that if she sees all 3 stars, moons in the English anime, in her fan, the fight will be over. Tenten uses her twin rising dragons technique. Uncovering the second star, Temari repels the attack, then Tenten uses strings to reuse the weapons. Uncovering the third star, Temari repels the attack and traps Tenten in a cyclone. When Tenten falls from the cyclone, Temari makes her land on her fan, knocking her out. After being declared winner, Temari tries to throw Tenten on the many weapons scattered on the floor, but Rock Lee descends and catches her. He then attacks Temari, only to be stopped by Might Guy, who warns the Suna shinobi to not underestimate Lee. Lee vs Gaara. After a long wait, Rock Lee is matched to fight against Gaara. Heiei looked between the two genin before raising his arm Hajime. In a great burst of speed, Lee disappeared and reappeared behind Gaara with a drop kick. However, before the heel could hit Gaara's head, sand blocked the leg, and Lee had to jump away before the sand swarmed him. In the stands. Well, this is going to be interesting. It is such a shame that Lee is gonna lose. As Naruto watched the battle of Lee constantly using high-speed movement to dodge and try and hit Gaara, he noticed that Gaara made no move himself to control the sand. Is it automatic? Impossible. Even the third Kazekage was known to have to use great chakra control and focus to use his iron sand, thought Hiruzen. He continued to watch curiously as Gaara seemed to do the impossible and control his sand in an automatic defense. Lee, take them off, let your youth explode. Guy. Arena. Lee separated from Gaara and glanced at his sensei, but sensei, you told me not to take them off unless I am fighting an enemy shinobi. I looked down at him, I know Lee, but I will allow it this once. He nodded and quickly jumped to a safe distance away from Gaara and unclipped his leg and arm bracers and held them to both sides, wanting to show off for the judges a bit. Hankuro looked at the leg bracers and commented, what will that do for him if he takes those off? She would have continued, but Lee dropped the weights with an earth-shattering boom and severely dented the floor. Kakashi deadpanned at the scene and looked at Anko in a commiserating way. Was that much weight really needed in his training, Guy? I looked at Kakashi with a serious expression which looked completely out of place and said, Lee cannot use chakra, so taijutsu was his only option to shine in the ninja world. Naruto simply mocked, it's a pity that it took extra the time off your other 2 students. Though it is useless against the opponent Lee is facing. Lee grinned menacingly at Gaara, who seemed a bit flummoxed at the weight and disappeared in an instant. The automatic sand shield barely got there in time as Lee's leg hit, breaking through the defense easily and kicked Gaara away. Hankuro looked shocked that someone had actually managed to hit Gaara. Gaara got up shakily as he looked at his cheek, which was heavily cracked and flaking as the sand shield around his body mended. Gaara glanced back up only to see a foot that was too fast to be stopped by his sand and went hurtling backwards again, only to be stopped by the other leg of Lee and sent him straight at the statue at the back of the room. Gaara walked out of the dust that had kicked up from the kick and looked heavily cracked. Gaara raised both his arms and sand started to shoot up from the ground and his gourd and rushed at Lee. Lee started to do some serious acrobatics as he frantically dodged a sea of sand rushing at him and kept trying to get to Gaara. Lee took out his nunchucks and used them as a shield and a weapon against the sand as he spun them around to beat the sand away as he charged towards Gaara. However, there was just too much sand in the arena for Lee to get through. Frustrated, he retreated to a sand-free corner and crossed his arms in concentration. Kakashi widened his eyes at that stance and looked to Guy incredulous as said Jonin smirked widely. Lee uncrossed his arms and power exploded around him. First gate of opening, open. Soon Lee was hurtling towards Gaara and smashing through walls of sand before kicking Gaara and in the chin and jumped up behind Lee and did a spinning flying suplex while shouting primary lotus. When the smoke cleared from the move, it showed a broken sand shell which vaguely looked like Gaara. Lee panted a bit from the backlash of using the first gate, but was able to barely dodge a wave of sand that came behind him as Gaara emerged from a pile of sand looking a little haggard. Lee, knowing he had no choice, crossed his arm over his face and concentrated. Kakashi revealed his Sharingan eye, wide-eyed as he viewed Lee. Guy looked at him seriously. "Don't even try to judge me, Kakashi. I taught him the hidden lotus for one reason, that kid can take it. If anyone is worthy to learn that move, it's this Lee." Lee uncrossed his arms as even more chakra exploded from him as his skin turned red and his eyes lost their irises. Second gate, gate of healing. Open. Third gate, gate of life. Open. Fourth gate, gate of pain. Open. With those gates open, it seemed as if there were multiple Lee kicking and punching Gaara around the arena, battering the Sunagenin. Eventually Gaara crashed into the ground, badly hurt as Lee could barely stand from using that technique. He looked at Gaara and saw him still conscious, lifting his hand to surely crush the weakened genin. Lee could barely stand and he felt as if all his muscles were on fire, but he won against someone who was clearly a natural genius. However, before he could celebrate, his leg and arm were brutally crushed by sand. Baki shouted at Gaara, "Stand down." Gaara glared up at the Sunagenin before all of the sand in the room converged on him, reforming his armor and gourd before slowly walking back up to the balcony. Pei decided to call the match as he declared Gaara the winner. As a ninja again. Guy regretted teaching Lee such dangerous techniques and vacated the ring for the final match. Dosu vs Choji. Jai used his human bullet tank technique with the assumption that he was safe from Dosu's sound technique, but Dosu attacked and defeated him with one blow. After the final fight, all the genin who made it through to the finals came down. The Hokage told them that the exam finals would happen in a month to give them time to prepare and allow important dignitaries to arrive. "Now to decide who will face who in the finals, you will each draw a number," said the Hokage. After everyone drew and said their number, the matches were determined as follows. First match, Naruto vs Neji. Second match, Gaara vs Sasuke. Third match, Kankuro vs Shino. Fourth match, Temari vs Dosu. Fifth match, fourth match, winner vs Shikamaru. You now know who you will be facing, so use this month to plan accordingly and also to rest and recover. Until then, let us adjourn until next month. Finished the Hokage. Line break. Elsewhere, Kabuto prepares to kidnap Sasuke under Orochimaru's orders, but he is stopped by Kakashi and is forced to retreat. Line break. After the Hokage's announcement, Naruto left and begun to wander around the Leaf Village until he came by the hot springs and saw a 50-something-year-old man looking in on the women's baths. "Pervert." Naruto screamed at the man, causing him to fall and hit the side of the hot springs. The women inside heard the noise and ran away, covering themselves up, causing the man to cry. The man looked at Naruto and growled. "You just destroyed my research," shouted the man. The man was tall with waist-length spiky white hair tied back into a ponytail, with two shoulder-length bangs that framed both sides of his face. He also had red lines that ran down from his eyes and wore a horned forehead protector with the kanji for oil in the center. He also had a noticeable wart on the right side of his nose. He wore a green short shirt, kimono and matching pants, under which he wore mesh armor that showed out of the sleeves and legs of his outfit. His outfit was completed with hand guards, a simple black belt, wooden sandals, a red cloak with two simple yellow circles, and a scroll on his back. He also had a tattoo in his left palm which appeared to be swirl-like tribal marking. Naruto recognized this man as Jiraiya. This was his so-called godfather, Jiraiya of the Sannin. Yeah, research. First I meet your teammate Orochimaru Pito, and now I meet you, the pervert. Who knows, I may end meeting Tsunade the drunkard," said Naruto as he walked away. "Naruto, let me at him. That pervert deserves to get a good beating for abandoning you," Kushina said to him mentally. "Yes kid, let me devour him. Kurama. Mother Kurama, as much I would love to see you beat the shit of him or kill him. I would rather not have to waste my time on trash like him," Naruto said to them. "Orochimaru? No, it couldn't be," thought Jiraiya. "Hey wait, kid, what did Orochimaru want with you?" asked the old man. "Sigh, I don't have time for this, but if you really want to know. He was not after me but my teammate Sasuke Uchiha. Later pervert," said Naruto, who jumped away. "So the fourth's legacy met Orochimaru and survived against him. Interesting. Jiraiya. Hey, it's the pervert, let's get him," shouted the women from the bath, now fully clothed. "Oh crap, I better run," thought Jiraiya, who was chased by about 50 angry women. Line break. "I wonder if the pervert got a good beating," said Naruto to himself as he walked around the village. "Hey, I'm not a pervert," said the old man, appearing in front of Naruto. "Oh yeah, then what are you?" asked Naruto. "I'm a super pervert," said the man before summoning a toad and doing a dance on it while saying, "I am a man who makes ladies swoon with his good looks and men tremble in fear from his very name, the sage of Mount Myaboku, one of the legendary 3 Sannin. I am Jiraiya." Lame. Said Naruto in a monotonous voice which caused Jiraiya to fall off his toad. Hey you little brat, show me some respect, I'm a Sannin for crying out loud, one of 3 people in all the land. A legendary ninja. Said Jiraiya as he stood up indignantly. In my experience, respect is earned from the individual, not the title. Now if you'll excuse me, I got places to be. Said Naruto as he walked away. Time skip. Hokage Tower. The grinning Uzumaki Naruto entered the office of Sandaime Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Usually it would not have been any different from the other days when Naruto visited the aged Hokage, but today was different. The grin on Naruto's face was filled with bloodlust and malice. Naruto looked far more dangerous and insane than Orochimaru of the Sannin. The staff working at the Hokage Tower, who usually treated him with contempt, gave him a wide berth as he made his way to the office of the strongest ninja in the village. Sarutobi Hiruzen was not only the longest-serving Hokage of Konoha, but he was also considered the smartest. He was nicknamed the Professor for his scientific mind and his achievement of learning every non-clan technique available in Konoha. He looked at the changed Uzumaki Naruto with a smile before he took in the expression on Naruto's face. He had thought that the small bloodthirsty incident had been a battle phase, but the malicious expression on Naruto's face seemed to tell another story. With a bloodthirsty grin plastered on his face, Naruto asked, "You called for me, old man?" The Sandaime was curious and pressed, "What could have changed you so much, Naruto-kun?" Naruto laughed an eerie laugh and said, "I have become one with the 9 tails. I have now become what your village always thought of me. I am now a demon." Hiruzen was shocked. He had never thought that Naruto would think of himself as a demon. Something like that. But then he asked, "How did you become one with the 9 tails?" "I was nearly killed by a snake summon of Orochimaru's. While I was on the verge of death, the 9 tails decided to help me. It merged the souls. It told me if I die it dies along with me." Naruto lied. "What do you mean by Orochimaru? Don't tell me that you faced Orochimaru of the Sannin." Naruto grinned and said, he introduced himself very nicely. The Sandaime was unable to wrap his mind around the fact that the young boy, whom he considered a grandson, had faced Orochimaru and turned into this grinning, malicious person in front of him. Trying to understand what had happened to Naruto, Sarutobi asks, "What abilities have gained since merging with the 9 tails?" "I have become stronger, faster, high-speed regeneration, my 5 senses improved, and I have the ability to transform into the 9 tails," Naruto said, as demonstrated by turning half of his body into Kurama. Naruto transformed his body back to normal. The Sandaime massaged his forehead and asked, "What about the change in your behavior, Naruto? How will you explain killing one of fellow Leaf Ninja?" "That Leaf Ninja was a traitor," Naruto thought. Naruto became silent for some time before answered, "When these changes were taking place, I had to view every memory I had from my birth to this point. There were 2 things that I noticed. First, I am the son of Yondaime Hokage Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina, and secondly, I can never be a hero to the villagers who starved me, tortured me and despised me since my birth." Hiruzen was surprised at the first statement and felt immense sadness at the second. He tried to reassure Naruto, "The villagers are only scared, Naruto. Once they learn about the real you, they would come to admire you." Naruto stopped grinning and spoke in a hollow voice, "Their fear prevents them from knowing me, their hate had blinded them, and they have foolishly deluded themselves into thinking that I am Kyuubi in a weakened state, which I now, they will never see me as anything but a demon. And I have no problem with that. Let those trash think whatever they want." Hiruzen slumped upon hearing that, but Naruto continued, "During my time at the academy, I used to put more time in training. I tried to succeed but failed, not because of any stupidity or lack of trying, but because I was sabotaged, ignored and ridiculed for my efforts. After a point, I stopped caring and trying as I knew that no matter what I do, they would not stop mocking me because they did not see me as Uzumaki Naruto, but as a loser, an idiot, and a demon. I tried to change them for a decade, but they do not want to see me as for who I am. Even Iruka did not do anything to help me until he tried to see that I am not a demon." At this point Naruto straightened and spoke in a whisper, "Hence, I have stopped trying. If they cannot see me as a human, then I will become a demon. They have shown me no mercy, and now, they won't get any mercy from me. Now, this demon will fight back. If you want to prevent the slaughter of your precious villagers, then tell them to stay out of my way. Or else, I would award them with a death so gruesome that even Jashin would cringe at the scene." But that Naruto turned and left a slumped Sandaime in his office. The Sandaime shook his head and spoke, "You heard that, didn't you, Jiraiya?" The man with a mane of white hair, wearing loose green clothes with a red coat and wooden sandals, dropped down from the ceiling. He had a hard face with soft black eyes, a bulbous nose and 2 red lines that ran from his eyes to his chin. He had a serious expression on his face as he heard the conversation between his godson and his sensei. This man was the Toad Sannin Jiraiya, one of the 3 Sannin. Jiraiya looked pensive as he said, he does not have hate for the village sensei. But he thinks of the villagers as nothing other than animals and will not hesitate to kill them should they even annoy him. While he won't turn out to be a traitor, he will most certainly kill the villagers if they remain hostile. His eyes show that he has given up on the village. Let's hope for the best that he does not become an enemy. Hiruzen said. Jiraiya nodded before he gave a perverted grin to his sensei who smiled in amusement. I will be at the hot springs if you need me. It has been some time since I did some research. With that, Jiraiya disappeared with a shunshin. After leaving the Hokage's office, Naruto decides to go to Namikaze estate. As he passed by the hospital, he noticed Kakashi coming out of the lobby and moving towards him. Kakashi may have noticed him passing by and decided to have a talk. Naruto sighed, he knew that Kakashi had expressed his desire to have a talk concerning his behavior. He sighed and thought, well, let's get this over with. With that, Naruto began to move towards Kakashi. When he reached Kakashi, he saw the Cyclops frowning as if someone had told him a bad joke. Looking at his so-called sensei, he could only groan in disappointment. Why did I get saddled with such an incompetent sensei? Kakashi looked at Naruto for a while before speaking. Just what happened in the forest to make you act like this, Naruto? Why would kill a comrade? Kakashi asked. Naruto immediately grinned in amusement and said, I nearly died against Orochimaru. I was defeated easily. While I was dying I thought, why could I not fight? Because my so-called did not teach me anything except tree climbing. At this, Kakashi cringed a little. He knew that Naruto was considered barely genin level in skill, yet he had not taught him anything or even tried to address the issue. While he had previously reasoned that Naruto needs to master the basics first, he had not even helped him with the basics. However, it is a good thing that he enlisted the help of Ibisu. He can easily help him with the basics, while Kakashi trained Sasuke to survive the monster called Gaara. Kakashi tried to placate Naruto, you are right Naruto, but I cannot teach you anything advanced until you master the basics. That is why I have enlisted the help of a great instructor who will help you with the basics. Come on, Ibisu-san. A man wearing sunglasses came out from a room and looked at Naruto with disdain. Pushing his sunglasses up, he spoke with hidden disgust, so he is my student for the month. Before Kakashi or Ibisu could say anything else, Naruto said, I am not interested. A weakling like him cannot teach me anything. Kakashi had expected this from Sasuke, but not in a million years had he expected Naruto to say that. Without even glancing back, Naruto turned and began to walk away. Ibisu, however, got angry. How dare this demon turn down my instruction as if I am some piece of trash, thought Ibisu. With that, Ibisu walked menacingly towards Naruto and roughly grabbed his shoulder. Before anyone could react, Naruto twisted his body to face Ibisu. He grabbed his left shoulder, squeezing it, breaking it. Pain flared in Ibisu's shoulder as he watched his arm and shoulder get broken. Naruto watched the elite Jonin instructor stumble backwards as he put his right hand on his left shoulder from the ground and looked at Ibisu with disdain in his eyes. On the sidelines, Kakashi looked at Naruto with widened eyes as he saw his previously cheerful student breaks the arm of his comrade. Looking at Naruto, the two Jonin saw him smiling as a bloodthirsty, menacing manner. After that he left. Ibisu's cries of pain drew everyone's attention as they wheeled him into the hospital. Kakashi stood still, frozen on the same spot where he had been standing. Whatever happened to Naruto in the forest was bad. He had to get to the bottom of this and also inform Hokage-sama of what Naruto did. Time skip night. At Kikyo Castle, Dosu tries to kill Gaara so he can fight Sasuke in the finals, only to be easily killed by a transformed Gaara, which horrifies Dosu before his death. Baki and Kabuto look on from the sidelines, having witnessed the attack. Baki and Kabuto then discuss their plans to attack Konoha. Heiichikun heard the conversation. After he heard the plans, he attempts to leave in order to notify the third Hokage, but he is killed by Baki. Heiich's body was later found by a group of Anbu with Ikayazuki, wondering aloud what had happened. Next day, Sakura sits in her bedroom worried about Sasuke. Meanwhile, the third Hokage has a meeting with the Jonin regarding Heiichikun's body found near Kikum Castle. They discuss Orochimaru's involvement, although the Hokage concludes that they do not have any information regarding to the latter. He also expresses his trust to the shinobi that if Odagakure and Sunagakure invade Konohagakure, they would assemble and fight. Later, Sakura goes to Yamanaka Flowers to buy flowers for Sasuke, where Ino is in charge of running the shop. After deducing that Sakura is there to buy flowers for Sasuke, Ino decides to visit him as well. Ino picks a rose, and Sakura picks two daffodils, one for Sasuke and the other for Rock Lee. On their way, they hear Chimjai eating loudly. Peeking through an open window, they spot Asuma, Sarutobi and Shikamaru, who are seated with Choji. In exchange for training with Shikamaru every day, Asuma has been treating Choji to barbecue. In the woods, Neji is shown training with Tenten. During his training, Neji collapses after having used too much chakra. Team Kurenai trains in the woods too to prepare for Shino's match. Elsewhere, the three Sand siblings and Baki secretly discuss their invasion plans. At the hospital, the nurse permits Ino and Sakura only 5 minutes of visitation due of Sasuke's condition. However, Sasuke and his clothes are missing. Kakashi is undergoing the cliff climbing practice and after nearly falling to his death, activates the first gate. Kakashi uses his increased strength to make it to the top of the rock, only to see Sasuke waiting there for him. Back at the hospital, Lee is also missing from his bed. Sakura spots Lee outside, performing his push-ups. Sakura recalls Ino telling her that Lee's injuries were severe to the point that he would never be a shinobi again. After completing 199 out of 200 push-ups, Lee collapses. Lee later wakes up in his hospital bed and notices a daffodil, realizing that someone had come to visit him earlier. Next day, Naruto decides to go visit Lee at the hospital. He meets Shikamaru on his way there. Shikamaru gives Naruto a fruit basket originally intended for Chinjai, who has been hospitalized for indigestion, having eaten too much. Sakura goes to Lee's room and replaces the flower. After replacing the flowers, she leaves. As Chinjai complains of his hunger, Ino walks in with a fruit basket for him. Gaara enters Lee's room and attempts to kill him while he is unconscious, but Naruto and Shikamaru immediately stop him. Incapacitated by Shikamaru's shadow imitation technique, Gaara divulges a little bit about his past, revealing he has the one-tailed beast Shukaku sealed within him from birth and was created solely as a weapon for his village. Though he became too unpredictable, and his father sent assassins after him regularly to put an end to the threat, he failed at the very purpose he was given life and can now only hurt others. Naruto sympathizes a little, as he also had a tailed beast within him. He attempts to kill the two of them, but Guy steps in and demands Gaara to leave at once. Gaara has no choice but to do so, but before doing it, he promises that he'll kill them all. After Gaara leaves, Naruto tells Lee to get better soon and also leaves. He decided to walk around the village. While G decides to go home. Time skip. Naruto left the village for the month to train for Chunin exams. He trained his abilities and used them while fighting Rogue Ninja. After finishing his 1-month training, he returned to the village. Time skip 1 month. Chunin exam stadium. On top of the arena. Finally it is time for the finale, thought Hiruzen. The Kazekage arrived with his bodyguards. Thank you for coming, Kazekage Dono. Take a seat, Hiruzen said as he points to a chair. No, thank you for inviting me to such an auspicious occasion. Kaazekaiagay Orochimaru said as he took a seat. Down in the stands. Sakura, where is Sasuke and Naruto? Ino. I don't know. Sakura. I am sure they will come, said Shikamaru with a yawn. So he is scared to fight me, thought Neji. Where is that Dosu guy? Sasuke and Naruto aren't here either, Shikamaru thought. Will Neji Hyuga and Naruto Uzumaki come down to the arena? Genma Shiranui. Neji came down. Will Naruto Uzumaki come down? If he doesn't arrive in 10 minutes he will be disqualified. Genma Shiranui. 10-minute time skip. Genma was about to announce Naruto's disqualification until a flock of bats filled the arena. The flock flew a few inches away from Neji. The bats then formed into a man. Genma got on guard when he saw this. Who are you, Genma? I am Naruto Alucard Uzumaki. Naruto. Are you really Uzumaki? Genma looks to the Hokage to make sure. The Hokage simply nods. This must be an effect of Naruto merging with the Nine Tails. Hiruzen thought. Well, he looks so handsome. Too bad he is going to lose to Neji, Tenten thought, blushing. I would have gone on a date with him, but too bad that the leaf is gonna be destroyed. Tamari thought. Shouldn't we start, Naruto? Oh yes, let's begin. Thanks everyone for coming to the Hidden Leaf Chunin selection exam. We will now start the main tournament matches between the 8 participants who made it through the preliminaries. Please stay and watch until the end, Hiruzen said in a loud voice so that everyone could hear him. 8. 1 is missing, thought Shikamaru. Dosu isn't fighting anymore. Because of that, Shikamaru will fight Tamari. Genma. Okay. Now, the first fight, Naruto Uzumaki vs Neji Hyuga. Genma, announced Genma ordered. DSS, he can't beat the Hyuga clan, said a villager. That Naruto's opponent is just too tough, the guy beside him said. Sasuke-kun isn't here yet, Sakura thought, worried. Ino noticed that and say, hey, don't worry, Sasuke-kun is alright, you should cheer on your teammate here now, Ino said with a smile. Sakura nodded, yeah, you're right. But against him, it will be difficult to win, Ino said with a frown. Back to the arena. Well, let's get this over with, Naruto smirk. Fate already decided that I am the one who will win, Neji said as he activates his Byakugan. We will see, Naruto. Since both of you ready, begin. Genma shout. In the crowd. There isn't another who has received such thick Hyuga blood. Watch closely Hanabi. Heihachi said to his dogther. Yes father Hanabi. Neji charges at Naruto. He tries to hit Naruto's Tenketsu with his gentle fist technique. Naruto dodged all his attacks. Outside of the arena, the Budo kills an Anbu in order to impersonate him. Back to the fight. Naruto decided stop avoiding Neji's attacks. It's over, you are within my field of range. You can't escape my 8 Trigams. Gentle fist art 8 Trigams 64 palms Neji said as he took a stance. That stance it can't be, thought Heihachi. Suddenly Neji rushed to Naruto 2 palms. 4 palm. 8 palm 16 palm. 32 palm. 64 palm Neji said as he hit Naruto that many times and at the end push him away. Have we been surpassed by the branch family? To think the Hyuga's Kekkei Genkai would find its purest form in this child in the lesser branch. Brother, you be so proud of your son, thought Heihachi. It's over. I have now struck 64 of your chakra points. It is over. You are lucky to still be breathing, Neji. You think I need chakra to beat you? Naruto said before he impaled himself with his hand. Naruto bled out. With his blood he made a spear. His wound instantly regenerated after that. Did he just turn his blood into a weapon? Neji thought. Instantly Naruto appeared in front of him. Naruto stabbed his arm. After stabbing Neji he kicked him away. Arg, my arm. Neji thought in pain. Neji Tenten thought worried. I can't wait to make his body mine. Kazekage thought. Naruto looked at the Kazekage. Come at me anytime, Orochimaru. Naruto said through telepathy. He saw through my disguise. Is he using telepathy? Orochimaru thought. Naruto manipulated the blood Neji lost into blood nails. He fired them at him. Imagine the nail was made out of blood. Neji was unable to dodge and got hurt severely. How am I losing? Isn't he fated to be a loser? Neji thought as he struggled to stand. Fate this, fate that. Fate doesn't decide shit. You make your own destiny, Neji. Naruto said before he threw his blood spear through Neji's gut. Neji instantly collapsed. Neji Nai-san Heihachi, Guy, Tenten and Hanabi said worried. Winner Naruto Uzumaki. Genma said quickly before he called the medics. The medics came to get Neji. People in the crowd were booing Naruto for his ruthlessness. Naruto didn't care. In the crowd. He won. Sakura thought. Is that really Naruto? Ino. I like that kid, he is ruthless. He won me quite a lot of money. I should give a reward. Anko thought. That was gruesome. That kid is good. His chakra was sealed off and he still could do that. Asuma thought impressed. Handsome and powerful. Thought Tamari. Uzumaki. Mother wants your blood, Gaara thought. Next match, Sasuke vs Gaara. Sasuke hadn't arrived yet. Hiruzen wanted to let Genma disqualify him. The Kazekage convinced him not to. Most of the VIPs are looking forward to his match. So it would be a shame to disqualify him. Kaazeikaaagay Orochimaru says. I see, well. Okay, I won't disqualify him, but he won't be promoted to Chunin. Hiruzen. Sasuke's match with Gaara is postponed. Genma. What a relief Sasuke is not disqualified. Ino. Where are you, Sasuke-kun? Sakura. Okay, next match. Kankuro vs Shino Abiram. Come down. Kankuro forfeits. Okay, Tamari vs Shikamaru Nara. Genma. I forfeit, Shikamaru said. Since Sasuke has not arrived, we will continue. Next, Shino vs Gaara. Genma. Shino forfeits. Saying Gaara is too dangerous of an opponent to fight. Okay, next, Tamari vs Naruto. Genma. Tamari attacks first. What a gentle breeze. Naruto said. He's mocking me. Tamari thought, angered. Take this, Tamari. Well, caught in the tornado. Naruto received multiple cuts. How's that for a gentle breeze? Tamari. His cuts healed. His wounds healed. Tamari thought, shocked. Come on, try harder. Naruto. Tamari bit her finger. So she could use her blood for a summoning. She smeared the blood on her fan. Tamari uses her giant folding fan to create a whirlwind that is powerful enough to travel several hundred meters. As she swings the fan, which has previously been smeared with her blood, she summons Kamatari, which travels upon the winds and rapidly cuts through everything in its path. Summoning. Quick beheading dance, Tamari. The bad, I had to kill him. Tamari thought. Instantly Naruto's body reattached itself. How is this possible? Tamari thought. Is that all? How disappointing. Naruto said before a red portal appeared beneath him. Out of the portal appeared Chains Kashinas. The chains made its way to Tamari. Tamari jumped away from the chains. But the chains pursued her endlessly. Naruto cast an illusion on Tamari, making her see Kurama. The 9 tails. Tamari thought as she saw Kurama in front of her. She stood frozen in fear. As she stopped moving, the chains wrapped around her. Naruto released his illusion. When the illusion was released, Temari saw that she binded by the chains. She found her chakra sealed. Was that a genjutsu? My chakra it sealed off. Temari thought. Forfeit Temari. Naruto. I forfeit. Temari. Winner Naruto Uzumaki. We will have short break now Genma. 10 minutes later. Next match Naruto vs Gaara. Genma. Suddenly many leaves fell down as a wind come and Sasuke and Kakashi appear as the leaf clear. You finally arrived. Okay Kakashi Naruto leave the arena. Gaara come down. Genma. Kakashi body flickered to the stands. Naruto disappears into the shadows. And Gaara comes down. Sasuke vs Gaara. Sasuke demonstrated that his speed had vastly increased to the point where the sand guarding Gaara could not keep up. Sasuke also demonstrated Chidori, a technique he had learned from Kakashi and Kakashi's only original technique to injure Gaara. What is this? Gaara thought as he felt a liquid on his. He looked to see it was blood. Blood. It's my blood Gaara screams as he starts transforming. Before the match could finish, however, a smoke bomb was set off in the cage's box. Kabuto uses a genjutsu to put almost everybody in the crowd to sleep. The Konoha ninja that were present are able to fend off the genjutsu. The Konoha crush commenced. Many people in the stadium fell asleep, except for the third Hokage, several Jonins, the Sand Team Temari and Leaf Genin. Outside of the stadium many snakes were summoned by Sound and Sand Shinobi. The Jonin and the Chunin at the gate reacted fast to defend their village. Back to the stadium the Kazekage takes the Hokage to the roof, he grabs him and holds a kunai to the Hokage's neck. As they landed on the roof suddenly 4 Sound Ninja appear. Each of them standing in a corner of the roof. They making a barrier around the 2 Kage like a square so that nobody come in or out. The barrier is made of purple flames, which will instantly engulf those who come into contact with it, thus preventing anyone from entering or leaving the area. A non-Buu member tried to go through the barrier. He was burned to a crisp. The Sand Village is betraying the Leaf Village. Hokage. The treaty between our villages was simply a trick to make you let down your guard. Kazekage. Do you want to start a war? Hokage. Exactly, the Kazekage of the Sand reply. Armed conflict resolves nothing, we should seek a resolution for negotiation. There is still time. Kazekage don't know the Hokage trying to avoid the war. Perhaps the fear of death makes one more cowardly with age Sarutobi sensei. The Kazekage said at the last part with the other voice. You. Sarutobi mumbled as he recognized that voice and widened his eye. Back to Gaara and Sasuke. Gaara was holding his hand on his wound he got from the Chidori of Sasuke. His team-uppers beside him, alongside their sensei. Gaara the plan. Baki said, but it seems like Gaara was not listening. What's wrong? Kankuro asked. Oh no, Temari stutter. You fool, trying to transform into your complete form before the signal. Baki. It's impossible to proceed now. Temari said as she see the condition of Gaara. Then what are we supposed to do? Do it without Gaara? Kankuro screamed. What's going on? Sasuke wondered. After a few seconds of silence the Sand Team sensei come to a conclusion, abort the mission, you guys take Gaara and retreat. Temari and Kankuro were surprised to hear that. What about you? Temari asking. I will join the battle now, go. Baki. Temari and Kankuro took Gaara and left. Is the leader of the invasion Orochimaru? Genma. Who knows? Baki. What is going on? Sasuke demanded. Sorry, but the Chunin exam is now over, you go pursue Gaara and the others. You're already Chunin level. You're a Leaf Shinobi, so make yourself useful, Genma replied. Sasuke still didn't know what was going on, but nodded and quickly followed Gaara and his team. Back to the Hokage and Kazekage. So Gaara was useless, Orochimaru said as he saw that Gaara and his team jump away. I see, so that's it, Sarutobi said calmly. In the crowd. It's not just that, the situation is more dire than that, look at the roof of the central watchtower, Guy said, as Kakashi looking, that's barrier ninjutsu, Kakashi said. Kakashi, look within the barrier, Guy said. Kakashi finally saw who was inside the barrier, and his eye widened. Back to Orochimaru. Your foolishness has caused the leaf to fall further and further behind, I have won. Orochimaru smirks. It's not over till it's over, I thought I taught you that, Sarutobi started as the Kazekage reveal his true face. Orochimaru. Sarutobi finishes sentence as Orochimaru face come out. I thought this day would come eventually, but you won't get out my head so easily. Sarutobi said. I told you should hurry and pick the 5th. Orochimaru smirked. Because you will die here. The 3rd Orochimaru finishes sentence with evil. The large number, Kakashi said as they see many sound nins in front of them. It's not just that, the situation is more dire than that, look at the roof of the central Watcho Tower, Guy said, as Kakashi looking, that's barrier ninjutsu. Kakashi, look within the barrier, Guy said. It's Orochimaru. Kakashi. Why is Orochimaru here? Sakura thought worried. Sakura, I got a mission for you. Kakashi. What is it? Sakura. I want you go get Kiba, Shikamaru and Shino. You four are going go after Sasuke and the Sand team. Kakashi. How will we track down Sasuke-kun? Sakura. The question was answered when Kakashi summoned a dog. This guy, Pakin, will be able to track Sasuke down by his scent. Kakashi. Oh now. Me and other Jonin will take care of this. Kakashi said as he took down a few sound ninja. Sakura along with Pakin went to get Shikamaru and the others. She told them about the mission Kakashi gave them. After telling them, they went after Sasuke. As the group leaves the stadium and enters the forest, Pakin senses that they are being followed by 9 Odo ninja. To act as a distraction and buy the others some time, Shikamaru stays behind to slow down the ninja. After altering his surroundings to give the impression that the group went in a different direction, Shikamaru lies in wait for the following invaders. Once they catch up and take notice of the apparent change in course, Shikamaru traps the group with his shadow imitation technique. Shikamaru notices, however, that he has only managed to catch 8 of the 9, indicating that one ninja had been following behind to protect the others. Running low on chakra and therefore running out of time that he can restrain the ninja with, Shikamaru throws shuriken at the group so that he can find out the location of the 9th. The shuriken are all stopped by the free ninja's needles, and Shikamaru tries to extend his shadow to the ninja's location, though he doesn't have enough shadow to work with. After keeping the 8 at bay for a while longer, Shikamaru's chakra runs out and he is forced to release the group. Freed, the group encourages the 9th ninja to be the one to kill their captive, and in response, a ninja appears behind Shikamaru. The ninja, however, catches everyone by surprise, as it is revealed to be Asuma Sarutobi, with the 9th ninja in tow. In a flash, Asuma takes out the other 8 and he tells Shikamaru to take a rest. Back to Sarutobi and Orochimaru. Suddenly Orochimaru cry, Sarutobi noticed that and ask, are you that happy? But suddenly Orochimaru stick his kunai in his own hand. Trying to kill your own master, yet you still have the heart to feel some small amount of sadness. Sarutobi smirked. I finally feel better. Orochimaru said no, I was just tired, I yawned and a tear leaked out, that's all, Orochimaru replied and walking away from Sarutobi. Heh. I thought so. Sarutobi smirks. Well, let's start, Sensei Orochimaru. The 3rd Hokage took off his Hokage outfit, revealing his fighting gear underneath. Orochimaru comments that the 3rd came prepared for their battle, and the two stare each other down. When one of the tiles on the roof cracks, they begin their battle. The 3rd starts by sending hundreds of shuriken at Orochimaru, who blocks the attack by summoning 3 coffins to shield himself. The 3rd, recognizing the coffins, deduces what Orochimaru is trying to do and attempts to stop the coffin summonings, but fails. The coffins open, and the reanimated corpses of the 1st Hokage, 2nd Hokage and 4th Hokage step out. Saru, is that you? You look terrible. Tobirama. Haha, old age has done a number on you, Saru Hashirama. It's nice to see you again, Lord Hiruzen. Minato. It's nice to see you too, senseis and Minato. I wish it was under better circumstances, Hiruzen. Naruto appeared from the shadows on the roof. It's nice to see you again, Naruto. Minato. You too, father. Naruto. Enough chit-chat. Orochimaru. Orochimaru prepares the 3 Hokages for battle, removing the effects that death has had on their bodies and erasing their personality. He jumps away from the upcoming battle. Angered by Orochimaru's use of his former teacher and his successor, the 3rd was about to attack. Just stand back and watch, old man. Naruto. Naruto, are you sure you can take on 3 cages? Hiruzen. Naruto nodded before stabbed himself in the chest, making him bleed. Hiruzen took a few steps back from Naruto. Hashirama makes the first moves. He creates a wood dragon. The wooden dragon flies at Naruto. Before it could reach him, Naruto summoned Kushina from a portal. Kushina manipulated Naruto's blood into a blade and used it to slash the dragon to pieces. Kushina, Hiruzen said, shocked. Kushina looked at Hiruzen with blood-red eyes. With a sinister smile on her face. After I kill Orochimaru, you are next, old man. Kushina. Hiruzen paled at this. Does he also know the reanimation technique? Orochimaru thought. He looked closely at Kushina to see she had no cracks on her face. As he mastered another resurrection technique. Orochimaru thought. Minato jumps in the air and throws kunais at Naruto and Kushina. The kunai surround them. Hiruzen looked at the kunais with a serious expression. This isn't good. Hiruzen thought. In a flash, both Naruto and Kushina were killed by Minato. Orochimaru looked at the 2 corpses. It's not over. Orochimaru thought as he remembered Naruto was immortal. Both Naruto and Kushina healed soon after. They are alive. Hiruzen thought before he remembered the 2 occasions Naruto didn't die. Kushina quickly appeared in front of Minato. She quickly slashed him in half. As Minato was about to regenerate. "Capture him," Naruto said using telepathy. Kushina summoned her chains. She tried capture, but he flashed away before she could. Naruto appeared behind Minato. In an instant he transformed his arm into Baskerville. Baskerville didn't waste time as he devoured Minato whole. "You are really interesting, Naruto-kun. Orochimaru. That monster, it's not the Nine Tails." Hiruzen thought. Aburama uses his Bringer of Darkness technique. The technique caused Hiruzen to see nothing but black. Naruto and Kushina were able to see just fine. Ashirama uses Wood Release Secret technique. Nativity of a world of trees. Kushina slashed at all the trees coming at them. As Kushina was busy slashing the trees, Tobirama appeared behind her. He placed a paralysis seal on her. Afterwards, Tobirama threw explosive tags in the air. Seeing that the explosions were gonna reach him, Orochimaru ordered the Sound Four to cancel the barrier. Orochimaru and Hiruzen, the Sound Four and the Anbu escaped the range of the explosions. Orochimaru and the Sound Four retreated. Hiruzen and the Anbu appeared down below in the fighting arena. The explosion tags increased at fast speeds. The invading forces and Leaf Ninja stopped fighting as they saw the explosions coming closer. The invading forces and the Leaf Shinobi fled as the explosions was nearing them. "I am sorry," Hiruzen thought as he saw the Leaf villagers get caught in the blast. Hiruzen and the Anbu fled the stadium. "How pitiful, Hiruzen," Danzo thought as he appeared in the stadium. "Release," Danzo said as he released the locks on his arm. He made some hand signs. Danzo got caught in the explosion and died. The explosions continued for a while until reality got warped. The explosions had stopped and the dead villagers and Danzo were alive. "Aburama-sensei, did you resort to this with the Kinkaku Force, Danzo? If Sensei uses that technique again, I will have to sacrifice another eye," Danzo thought. "Don't worry, the battle's over," Naruto said through telepathy. Danzo looked at Naruto and Kushina. "Then my services is no longer needed." Danzo. "How is she alive?" Danzo thought. Danzo left afterwards. Naruto looked at the two Kage Kushina captured. "That was a good fight. It would have been more fun if you both at your best." Kushina. Naruto summoned both Baskerville and Kurama. The two devoured the Kage. After devouring the Kage, Naruto makes his way to Sasuke and the others. He passes by Shikamaru and Asuma, who were resting after fighting a bunch of sound ninja. They asks Naruto about the situation at the stadium, which he replied it was already taken care of. Naruto passes by Shino, who defeated Kankuro. Naruto tells Kankuro about how Orochimaru killed his father and tricked them into helping his invasion. Kankuro was angry about this. After passing by Temari and Kiba, Naruto finally made his way to Sasuke and Sakura. Gaara had Sasuke and Sakura pinned to Tress. Sakura was unconscious. Sasuke was struggling to free himself from Gaara's sand. As Gaara was about to kill Sasuke with a sand spear, Naruto appeared. Naruto took the spear through the gut. With a twisted grin, Gaara relished in the chaos, his laughter echoing through the forest. Naruto's laughter rang out, unfazed by the wound. "Did you forget? I can't die," he taunted, pulling the spear from his gut with ease. Gaara's eyes widened in recognition as he remembered Naruto's regenerative abilities. Naruto's gaze fell upon Sasuke, their red eyes locked with other. Sasuke's eyelids grew heavy and he slumped into unconsciousness. Naruto summoned Kushina. She broke through Gaara's sand grip with ease. With gentle care, Kushina cradled Sasuke in her arms, her eyes softening as she looked upon him. Memories of Mikoto, Sasuke's mother, flooded her mind. She swiftly retreated into the shadows, disappearing with Sasuke and Sakura. "Why did you save them, Uzumaki?" Gaara. "I saved them because I want to face you without any bystanders," Naruto responded calmly, his tone carrying a hint of challenge. Gaara then uses Play Possum Jutsu. Gaara uses this technique to force himself to fall asleep. This causes him to surrender control to Shukaku. "Yahoo, I am finally free. Lucky me, I found a guy to kill," Shukaku said as he looked Naruto. "Why don't you give it a try?" Naruto said with a smirk. The air crackled with tension as Naruto and Shukaku faced off on the battlefield. Naruto, with his crimson cloak billowing in the wind, stood with an air of confidence as he surveyed his opponent. His crimson eyes gleamed with excitement. Shukaku let out a low growl, its immense form casting a long shadow over the battlefield. The first move belonged to Naruto. He summoned forth tendrils of dark shadows, coalescing them into sharp, weapon constructs that hovered menacingly around him. Sensing an opportunity, Shukaku unleashed a torrent of sand, swirling around him like a deadly cyclone. The sand whipped through the air with incredible speed, aiming to ensnare Naruto in its suffocating embrace. But Naruto was not so easily caught. He shifted into a swarm of bats, dispersing into the sky and evading the oncoming sandstorm. From his vantage point above, Naruto surveyed the battlefield, his keen eyes searching for an opening. Sensing his opponent's vulnerability, Shukaku unleashed a barrage of wind bullets, each one slicing through the air with deadly precision. Naruto reacted quickly, reforming his body in mid-air and weaving between the onslaught of wind bullets with grace and agility. As he descended toward Shukaku, he gathered his dark powers, shaping them into a massive, swirling vortex of shadows. With a roar, he unleashed a vortex upon Shukaku, the tendrils of darkness tearing through the air with ferocious intensity. Shukaku responded in kind, summoning forth walls of sand to intercept Naruto's attack. The shadows collided with the sand, creating a dazzling display of sand and darkness as they clashed with titanic force. Naruto pressed forward as he sought to overwhelm his opponent with sheer power. But Shukaku was not so easily defeated. With a mighty roar, it unleashed a massive blast of sand and wind, forming it into a swirling sphere of destruction. The attack hurtled towards Naruto with unstoppable force, threatening to engulf him in its devastating wake. Naruto, however, remained undeterred. He summoned forth a barrier of blood, the crimson energy shimmering with protective power as it surrounded him. Shukaku's attack collided with the barrier, unleashing a cataclysmic explosion that sent shockwaves rippling across the battlefield. As the dust settled, Shukaku's malevolent gaze fixed upon the fallen vampire, a twisted smirk playing upon its jagged maw. "Serves you right, brat," it growled with malicious satisfaction, relishing in its apparent victory. Naruto chuckled to himself. "Put that overgrown tanuki in his place, Kurama. That tanuki is your brother. Why can't you guys get along?" Naruto thought. HMPH Kurama. Sensing an opportunity, Naruto called forth his familiar, channeling its power to transform his arm into the fearsome Baskerville, a hellhound of unparalleled ferocity. With a snarl, the Baskerville lunged toward Shukaku, its fangs bared and claws ready to rend flesh. With a roar, the Baskerville lunged toward Shukaku, its jaws snapping at the air with deadly intent. Shukaku responded with a combination of wind and sand release, conjuring forth a powerful whirlwind that threatened to tear Naruto and his familiar apart. With a flicker of movement, he tapped into his shadow manipulation, melding with the darkness to evade the storm and reappear behind Shukaku. With a smirk, he plunged his shadowy tendrils deep into Shukaku's form, immobilizing the beast and leaving it vulnerable to his next move. Shukaku roared in fury, its massive form writhing as it struggled against Naruto's grasp. With a primal instinct, it unleashed a torrent of sand, forming it into projectiles that rained down upon Naruto with unrelenting force. But Naruto remained steadfast, his form becoming insubstantial as the sand passed harmlessly through him. Seizing the opportunity, Naruto used his telekinesis, exerting his will upon Shukaku and forcing it to submit to his command. With a grunt of effort, he lifted the massive beast into the air, its struggles growing more frantic as it realized the extent of Naruto's power. With a mighty roar, it summoned forth a magnetic field of sand, trapping Naruto within its grasp and rendering his telekinesis useless. Shukaku seized the opportunity to strike. With a deafening roar, it summoned forth its ultimate weapon, the tailed beast bomb. A massive sphere of churning energy hurtled towards Naruto with unstoppable force, threatening to obliterate him and everything in its path. As the dust cleared, Naruto was nowhere to be seen. "This time it's over, Shukaku." Naruto's body reformed. "Impossible," Shukaku muttered, its voice tinged with disbelief. "Ahahahaha." Naruto laughed. Naruto proceeded to transform into a massive, swirling vortex of shadows. The darkness enveloped the battlefield, swirling and writhing with malevolent energy as it closed in on Shukaku. The massive beast roared in defiance, its hand flaring to life as it attempted to fend off the encroaching darkness. But Naruto's shadowy form was relentless, consuming everything in its path with voracious hunger. With each passing moment, the darkness grew stronger, its tendrils reaching out toward Shukaku with insatiable greed. Realizing the danger, Shukaku unleashed a powerful blast of wind, attempting to disperse the darkness and break free from its grasp. But Naruto's shadowy form was too powerful, absorbing the wind and adding it to its own strength. Shukaku's attempts futile against Naruto. With a triumphant smirk, Naruto's shadowy form surged forward, engulfing Shukaku in its inky depths. For a moment, there was nothing but darkness as Shukaku was consumed by the void. But when the darkness finally receded, only Naruto remained standing amidst the wreckage of the battlefield, his victory assured. With a satisfied smirk, he surveyed the devastation around him, knowing that he had emerged victorious against one of the most powerful adversaries he had ever faced. I hope you guys liked the story. If you did, click on any of the videos which are popping on the screen right now. I promise you'll love them too. If you like my videos, you can like and subscribe too. I'll see you on another amazing What If video, guys. Love you all, peace.